Black Power, you're live with the general. You already know what time it is, man. We got number 5 for you over here. You chose the right place to be. We're going to be talking about one of the greatest bands of all time, most definitely mid 70s, all up through the 80s. We talking about Earth, Wind, and Fire. Man, these brothers had tapped in, man. Tapped in. Maurice, the lead singer, that brother had tapped into the Kemetic science hard. And then, man, they had tapped in hard. Every album cover from Earth, Wind, and Fire, man, I say, man, I would really like to hear this man's, and I'm going to sit back and I'm going to study old brother Maurice. I forget his last name, but, I want to hear what his philosophy was. Cause I mean, all this man's album covers, man, is all Kemetic science. I'm trying to tell y'all this, man, when you start dealing with the elites, man, they going, listen to me. They going through the gates of ancient Egypt. It's something about that Kemetic science that make you go to, especially when you start dealing with astronomy, astrology, and then you see that statue right there of the god. Well, that's actually Queen T. You know what I'm saying? That would have been the Queen T. And so, yeah, we want to talk about this, family, and a lot of these groups, again, even though they tap in, a lot of them, it depends on what door they went through. But obviously, these brothers had tapped into the African science, the African side of the science, because they're showing some symbols that you're not gonna find unless you really in depth. And Dr. Ben, Chancellor Williams, J.A. Rogers, and all of them was already writing literature. So you can see that the profound effect of ancient Egypt was already heavy on a lot of them brothers and sisters coming up out of the 70s. What's them sisters' name there? Nights Over Egypt. Doom, doom. Nights Over Egypt. Man, they singing, to the motherland. So they had already tapped in, all down through. So we trying to, show people that there is a serious benefit, spiritual, benefit, and on all levels that causes the greats to rise to levels, man, that no other artist could rise to. So whatever who they didn't tapped into, as far as that Kemetic science, man, they didn't broke some, they didn't got a hold to some elixirs, man, that causes them to be some of the greatest of all time. I want y'all to study these, just go back and just put in Earth, Wind, and Fire album covers. And man, I just see it. Listen, every album cover was Kemetic science. Every one of them. They got Hey Rue. Matter of fact, let me see. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I had a few of them up there. Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can tap in. I don't want. Just the one with the Hey Rue on it, man. They got one with the Hey Rue. Hold on, family. Let me see if I can get that one in. What is that? Okay. We're talking about the elite groups. We ain't talking about no anybody, man. You know what I'm saying? We talking about the elite. We don't go to the bottom. We don't go to the bottom. We go to the top. You see, we show you the elite. We're not going to show you and say, oh, this is not what Pan-Africanism is. We're going to show you the elites that tapped in and what it did for them. You see? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Let me see. Let me get it in there. Okay, that's one of the that's another one of their album covers. You know, where they got the Hey Rue, man. You know what I'm saying? That's Earth, Wind, and Fire family. The great, you know, they consider Earth, Wind, and Fire, man, the greatest band. Shit, they was the greatest band, shit, probably in Black American history. Earth, Wind, and Fire. Yeah, the Jones Girl. You say Maurice White. That's right. Thanks, thanks, Ray. Maurice White. That's right. Yeah, the Jones Girls. Yeah, y'all had it in there. I wasn't looking in. Y'all had already dropped it in for me. Let me get my comments over so I can see them. Yeah. So wait a minute. I ain't done. I ain't done. They got some more. A few more. I ain't gonna put because it's too many for me to put in like that. You know what I'm saying? It's too many for me to put in like that. But I think they even went to Egypt. They did. Yeah, he went there. Matter of fact, let me put him on. Yeah, he went. Wow. Yeah, they show him. Yeah, the family. So these is the greats. You can't go get no flip flop nigga and put him and say no, and so people could see, you know, that this is what it. No, this ain't what it is. We showing you the greats who tapped in. You know, it looked like, you know, they was embraced over there. Matter of fact, okay, let's see. Okay, let me see if what's that one? Nah, let me tap this one in, family. Let me tap this one in right quick. Yeah, let me tap this in right quick. Yeah. This is powerful, family. This is evidence. We go to the top of the charts. We don't go to the bottom of the charts. No, we don't do nothing like that. Here the brother Maurice White, he over in Kemet. Let me see. Is it in there? Did it go? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so yeah, you had to get over there and really check it out. But yeah, they touched down over in the motherland. Yeah, they touched down. Yeah, I seen that one. You say it was called Written in the Stone. Yeah, I seen that one too. I seen that one too. So yeah, you know, so yeah, we got to. And matter of fact, I believe it was Sons of Man. Sons of Man, the Wu-Tang affiliate. I think who was in there? Killer Priest, and it was a few more of them, you know, and they did a track with Earth, Wind, and Fire. Yeah, they did a track with Earth, Wind, and Fire. As a matter of fact, they redid Shining Star. Man, I'll tell you where I got that shirt. I'll drop the link in. Yeah. Yeah, most definitely, man. I'm trying to see why it ain't even. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna get the link for the shirt. I'll get the link for the shirt. You just give me I had to get it for, I think it's onk.com. Look on onk.com. But anyway, yeah, you can see them over there. They over there in Kemet, man, and you know, yeah, that's powerful. So yeah, our family was tapping in. You don't go to the bottom, you go to the top. You see, so when I show you the top, you seeing MJ, you seeing you know, you seeing Earth, and it's a lot more. It's a lot more that you're gonna find out had tapped into the motherland, and they, you know, still got love for the home team. That don't mean shit. You got love for the home team, but you're not no one chapter book. You see, you're not a one chapter book. You know, we understand our you know, our presence here, but we are primordial people. Once you understand your divinity, you're not gonna let nobody show you're eternal. You feel what I'm? You're an immortal, nigga. Wake up, Naga. You're an immortal. You can't be fit in no one chapter. Nigga, you done came from the cosmos, nigga. You done been walking on this planet a million years. You just so happen to be here today in what they call America. You see, yeah, this is but the the latest chapter. You understand what I'm saying? But you an immortal, you a primordial. You feel what I'm saying? Your first walk was in the stars. You understand? And then you surface to the planet. You feel me? And all the elements out there is in you right now. You can break it down. That's why when you go and take your little vitamins and you know what I'm saying, you'll see all the minerals that's in the vitamins that you got to take, you know, and is in as out there in space, is right there inside of you. You are the cosmos made flesh. And you can see that brother right there. He's looking at the sun. He didn't tapped into the planet. Do we got Saturn up there? Let me see. Is Saturn up there? Let me step out the way. Is Saturn up there? You see the Ankh up there now. You see the Caduceus up there too. You see he got that Ankh up there. You see he got the Heru over there on the other end too. Yeah, you got the Heru up there. Got the Ankh up there. Got the Ankh on his back. Got the Caduceus. Man, that man, they up there, man. They clowning. You understand? They clowning, man. So you either tapped in or you didn't tapped out. Either you didn't tapped in, you didn't tapped out. What I show is I show the elites and all the music and academia and athleticism and I go to the top, you know, and the majority of the top of the family over here, Black Americans, had tapped into the ancient sciences of Africa. There's no damn doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. Okay. And there is no competition. Just let it be known. I mean, just deal with that. You know what I'm saying? We show love to all our Black families of the planet. We do that with all due respect. But everybody can't come in first. We got to stop there. We just show love, you see? And when we talk about coming in first, hands down, the most, when we talk about people that tapping in down through the ages, Egypt is the most tapped in civilization for a reason, because it's all inspiring the levels of intellect, spiritual adept, you know, mastering the universe, mastering the planet, achieving accomplishments that are still, you know, blowing minds of all academics and scholars, even to this day. It is the ancient our ancestors. Matter of fact, we are our ancestors today. So we are here in Black, and we are Black America, but that's not what we are. We are more than that. You know what I'm saying? And yes, this is a chapter, and yes, and we're gonna have a goddamn, we immortal. We're gonna have chapters after this shit. When this motherfucker collapse, we gonna still be here, nigga. The primordial. I am. What they say, I am. And when and Moses was talking he's talking to God, and he said, well, who shall I say sent me? He said, tell him I am sent you, nigga. I am. I don't hear nothing about I am. And you are. You see? So they remember that. And then you won't be confused about you know, why we tap in. You shouldn't be confused. But anyway, family, I want y'all to get on over there to Patreon. I didn't even put it in here. I want y'all to get over here and check out the Saturn, the code of Saturn, which many the musicians and the elite actors and, you know, actresses and shit, they get caught up in this industry, man. And a lot of these, what we call elites in the cult of Saturn, which is also Kabbalism, Judaism, Knights Templar, all of that is tied into that. Matter of fact, where is it? Let me see. Is this it? There it is. I hit it right away. Here it is, right here. I am. That's all you had to do. Who are you? I am. That's all you had to tell them, motherfucker. You feel me? Here we go. Let me get this out of here. That's right. The cult of Saturn, the control of black music. You want to check that out. It's a whole, man, dealing with that cult of Saturn. You're going to want to tap in, because I even got it with the, even, doing the Judaic, the priest, or the rabbis and the imams. I'm talking about behind the veil. I'm talking about a cult Judaism, a cult Islam, occult Christianity. I'm not talking about that surface shit. And when you get behind the scene, it's gonna blow your mind, the rituals and the symbols that they attach themselves to, and what is the mission of this cult. You want to know, because it seemed like all of them is dying. When they try to tap out, and by the time they get ready to tap out, they done suck the energy out of their ass. Remind me of that Muppet movie, Dark Crystal, where they was taking them damn Muppets down in the cellars of the damn wicked castle, and they was sucking their energy out. You see what I'm saying? Making elixirs out of that shit, drinking it. And that's another occult classic from that motherfucker Jim Henson. That's a cult classic, Dark Crystal. You need to watch that, family. I'll be black in a minute. Get on over there to Patreon, click that link, and get over there and get that Code of Saturn playlist. See you in a minute. Black Power.